Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I have a daily reading for you again. Today is September 4th, which doesn't really make a difference other than I like to use the date to refer back to it if I need to search for a certain thing, or it's easier to kind of locate it with the date attached to it, but don't attach to the date, don't attach to the time. If you're watching this a year down the road, there's something in the message for you. So, you know, the readings are all timeless. We are outside of time. And, so if there's something in it that resonates with you, it's for you now. And if you resonate with that, there are some videos on my channel that, some of you, I mentioned this in my video yesterday or the day before or something. If you are new to the channel, or if you just have never, if you only watch recent videos, the new ones that come out, if you've never scrolled through the videos or looked through the titles of the videos on my channel, do that, because there may be something in one of the messages, seeds that were planted in a video that I posted however long ago, that are appropriate for you now, that are meant to activate codes within you for now. And they're reminding me that they said the same thing to me. Like, there's a video on there that I need to go back and watch that has some seeds that were planted for me for now. So, okay, I'll do that. Even if you've watched the video before, if you scroll back through there and you're like, that for some reason that title stands out to me, but I've seen this video before, it may be that there were seeds planted in there that didn't apply to you back when you did watch it, but now the soul growth that you've been through since then has activated some sort of code within you that now is ready for whatever code was planted in that video. That's what they're telling me. Okay, so the message today, first, I woke up with a song in my head, and I'm not quite sure how it applies, but I'm sure it'll come out as I just get into a flow. But is Blinded by the Light by The Weeknd. That was in my head when I woke up. And I just kept hearing over and over again, I'm blinded by the light, and I can't sleep until I feel your touch. It may be that message is just for somebody specifically, for them to resonate with me, or for them to connect in with a song, or the fact that the song was in my head, and there is the card that came out it's listen. And I'm going to get a little bit more into this too, but you know, when you listen to, instead of it just being a song in my head, it was playing over and over again. And so anything that is repeated, nothing is a coincidence. If you get anything out of this at all, just know that 303 on my recording. Just know that nothing is a coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. And so when you listen to that, and when you listen to your subconscious, especially as you're just coming out of the dream state, your ego mind has not kicked in enough it's a message. There's a message in that. So it's not just that the song is stuck in my head. It was planted there. It was placed there to tell me something. And until I start listening to what that is, it's just going to keep playing. It's just going to keep playing over and over again. Those lines, it's just going to keep playing. So there's something that my guides are trying to tell me, that my subconscious energy is trying to tell me with that song in my head. Okay, so this card, listen. I love the way that it's like all of these like waves of vibration, waves of energy, waves of pictures flowing through her. It's listening with vibration. Close your eyes and listen to energy. Listen to vibration. How do you listen to vibration? I mean, sound is all vibration. That's what it is. Resonance is vibration. But when you take a minute to center yourself and ground yourself and turn down your thoughts, your own personal thoughts, breathe into your space. One of the best things that you can do to center yourself into your own energy, into your sensitivity to energy, is to close your eyes and listen to your breath. It helps to take a couple of deep breaths and pay attention to what it sounds like when you breathe in and what it sounds like when you breathe out. Let's do that real quick. Okay, close your eyes. Just take a deep breath in and listen to your breath. Breathe out and listen to what that sounds like. Breathe in again. Breathe out. When you do that and you place your focus on just that sound, the vibration of the sound of your breath, other sounds start standing out for you. I heard the TV out in the other room that my daughters are listening to that I didn't hear as I was talking. I hear this ringing in my ears, and I'm sure a lot of you have ringing in your ears all the time. For me, I've been able to tap into that ringing and notice the subtle differences in the tones and the frequency and how high-pitched it is or how low-pitched it is, and to connect that in with beings, light beings, archangels, angels, my guides that are present for me, and really hone in on who that is. I can ask who it is. When you're in that state and you're breathing in and you hear that pitch, if you resonate with that, it's really about hearing it, just getting to know it, just feeling it. It's a very high pitched, it's kind of like a squeal, just feeling what it sounds like. And then I ask, who is that? Whose signature is that? And as soon as I say that, right away a name drops into my head. And I hear Gabriel. And I don't necessarily hear someone say Gabriel. I hear, it's like my thought drops in right away. And it's so strong, it's so just poignant, it's just so out of the blue that it's almost as if I hear it. It's so strong that I hear it. But it's also just like a thought. It's like my inner voice is telling me that. When you center yourself into and kind of remove any debris, any ego thoughts, and just listen to your breath and cancel out anything else, you can hear things so subtly that are there for you to tap into, for messages for you to connect in with your senses and your energy in connection with those things and their energy. You can communicate in that way, and those things are waiting to communicate with you. The birds, messages in the music on the television that my kids are watching right now. It's all in vibration. And so when you tap into allowing yourself to feel vibration through sound and through just being still, you're going to receive so much more clarity than what you are able to right now, but also the clarity that you're looking for, actually. When it comes to other people, this card also says you have to be willing to listen if you want to really understand someone. So listening without any intention of offering any advice or saying anything or fixing it or getting them out of the energy that they're in. When you take the time to be still and just listen, sometimes even if you close your eyes while they're talking to you, listening to the subtle tones in their voice, in their vibration, in the way that they are saying words, you are tapping into the energy underneath of the words. So it may be that they're saying one thing but they mean another thing, or they're saying one thing but they really want to be saying something even more. You can hear those things without them even needing to say it. But when we sit there with the intention of wanting to help them or needing to figure out what to say to them in order to help them or to respond to them, or when they say something to us and we think of something and we want to add it to it and we want to tell them whatever it is that we're thinking. Also, we actually end up not listening as much. We end up waiting to speak, which is different, much different than listening. For you as empaths, they really are wanting to stress to you the importance of getting in touch with the way that you listen through sound, vibration, and energy. So start listening to energy. Listen to the subtle frequencies of someone's voice. If you do that, if you close your eyes and listen to the way my voice sounds, you may notice that it's a little bit nasally today for some reason. It sounds a little bit different. It sounds a little bit denser. And my allergies have been bothering me this morning. I've been sneezing a lot, which also, when I was listening to it, I was listening to my breath this morning, and I was doing a little bit of toning and a little bit of chanting, and I was just saying Om. And when I got to the Om part of it, I could hear how nasally it was, and I was tuned into my sinuses. And as soon as I tuned into my sinuses, and in my head I thought sinuses, I remembered something somebody had said a while back about, I think it was my Reiki master teacher, about how the clearing of sinuses and sneezing is an energetic clearing of your pineal gland, a decalcification of your pineal gland. So when you download more light through your third eye, which is essentially your pineal gland, it is helping to decalcify the crystallization that is around your pineal gland. All of that is caused by belief systems, old programs, old templates, desensitization of you and your being as you've grown up. And light has been downloaded in order to remove the calcification on there, in order to open you up to more sensitivity, to you understanding and tapping into sensitivity and frequency and energy and things like that. So just listening to the tone of my voice and the nasaliness, that's a word, and drowning out everything else, just focusing on that, just listening and breathing and feeling into that, all of a sudden this thought popped into my mind, and it was a message of some kind of clarity. It was some kind of message that they wanted me to pass on to you, but also to know for myself. This has to do with listening to other people too, not just me, but friends, people that you're in relationship with. It says, now is not the time to be offering advice, but to be a compassionate listener. So they're wanting you to listen with your heart too. So when we do that, when we just listen to the tones and the vibrations and their energy, when we listen to the energy in their voice, what we're doing is we are tapping into their essence. We are listening with our hearts, with the vibration of our heart chakra. We are listening to the vibration of their hearts and the depth of who they are underneath of the words. Words are just human definitions and programming that people are, I'm trying to find words to describe an energy that I'm feeling and hearing and seeing and sensing. These are all just words that we have put on there, but none of these words could ever describe the depth of the scope of the energy that I'm sensing. So there are so many times that we can listen through energy and just close our eyes and feel the energy under the words. To listen fully and intently means to pay attention, not to just what's being said, but to what lies beneath the words. Exactly. So they're also pointing out that there is a lot of energy in silence. The silence in between people's words, and listening to what the energy is telling you within the silence. So if there's someone that you're not in communication with, or there is an energy behind them not saying anything. There are sometimes when you are in communication with someone, or you're having a conversation, you are in a disagreement or whatever it is, and all of a sudden they get silent. They just stop talking. There's a lot of communication going on within that silence. if you just breathe into it instead of trying to get them to talk or to get them to express whatever it is that they're feeling, allow them the time, allow their energy to be in that silence and just listen to that silence, because that's going to tell you some things too. And it's going to help you to understand the energy of sacred space, sacred container, and trust between the two people. When that person is not speaking to you, you are still able to feel their energy, feel into their essence, and know that you are safe and it's okay, and that when the time is right, they will be guided to speak in a way that communicates the energy of what it is that they're feeling. We need to listen for the communication in different ways too. People don't always communicate with words. They don't always communicate and can translate the energy that they're feeling through words. Sometimes they do it through body language. Sometimes they do it just with their energy. Sometimes they do it through songs. Sometimes you get the message many different ways. Sometimes you can interpret the energy of what they're feeling through their breath, through a sound, through a sigh. Somebody just goes, you can tell that what I'm feeling without me needing to say it. They're really wanting you to tap into that as a gift, and listening to your own essence in that way too. What is it that your inner being is trying to tell you? Okay, I think that was the depth of the message. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me. If you are looking to book a session with me, all of my information is down in the box below. I've updated my availability through just to the beginning of October. September feels like it's going to be a very big month for growth and for expansion and light, like solar flares and downloads of information. And if you guys need help navigating, now is the time, is what they keep telling me. That's what I keep hearing. And as soon as I said that, that high-pitched ringing started even louder. So now I'm tuned in. Oh, and there's a knock at the door. That is
Mom,
significant
it's 10:10.
Okay.
I have to go.
Okay. I love you.
And
So that was my kids at the door, and they knocked on the door and they said that it's 10:10. So they had to point out to me the time. Because we have to go, because we're going somewhere this morning, and they are in a hurry. But also the fact that I listen to that, I tap into it, I know that everything happens for a reason. There's an energy behind that I can feel that is important for you guys to know. 10 is the number of completion. 2 10s is the number of major karmic completion. There is karmic completion for you, and maybe if you resonate with the twin flame journey or counterpart journey, there is major completion happening for your counterpart also. So this applies to you, it applies to them, it applies to masculine energy, it applies to feminine energy. The art and the ability to tap into and really listen to energy and listen to subtleties in energy is something that is going to close off karmic patterns of not really being able to see each other, not just hear each other, but to really see the essence of who each of you are. When you tap into that for yourself, obviously it ripples over to your counterpart too. So thank you to my kids for that message. So anyway, all right. I love you guys. If you made it this far in the video, I want you to put a just smiley face emoji down in the comments, and I'll pick a couple of people and read some cards for you right there in the comments. Thanks. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.